So in this video we're going to do a truncated rectangular prism. It's going to be cut down 2 inches on the top, 4 inches from the bottom. This should be a pretty quick parallel line development, so that you can take a look at what this looks like in 3D and get a better idea. There's our front view, and we start spinning it around. You can see this would be like a rectangular transition on a piece of ductwork. Or it may be a piece of rectangular tubing that's cut, or it could just be a box that's this shape. For this example, we're going to assume that this is a box, and we are going to cover the two ends, so we're actually going to cap these off. We're not going to leave them open. Of course, if it was a ductwork or a rectangular transition or some kind of a rectangular elbow, we would leave this open and that open. But that's what it looks like. Back to our drawing. So it's going to be 4 inches by 2 inches. It's going to be 8 inches tall, 2-inch deep cut, 4-inch deep cut, and this is what the right side would look like. And let's draw it. So a couple of things before we start. My trim mode is actually set to standard. So I've not got the easy trim turned on. I've got the select your cutting edge first and then the pieces you want to cut off. And I also have time-sensitive right-clicking. So if you want a quick click, you can just do a less than a quarter of a second. If you want the right-click menu, you can hold the button down and it will pop up. So I'm going to go to my object lines, draw a line, make sure that my orthogonal snap is turned on, and I'm going to make that 8 inches tall. I'm going to draw it 4 inches wide. I'm going to come down 8 and then close that off. So in order to get this angle here that drops down 2 inches, I'm just going to use stretch. So I'll click on the stretch command, pick above and to the right, and draw a crossing window just around that corner. I right click, enter, pick my base point, which could be anywhere, then I drag it down, again making sure that my orthogonal restriction is turned on. Hit 2 and then hit enter. Do the same thing from the bottom. So I just quickly right clicked to get back in that command. Click, click, right click, pick my base point and drag it up 4 inches. So there's my front view. I'm going to draw my right side view. I'm not going to worry with the top view in this drawing. Just project these points across. And then I'm going to draw a line straight down, and we know that it's 2 inches deep, so I'm going to go to offset, put in my distance of 2, enter, pick the line, and then the side to offset, so I'm going to pick the right side, right click, enter. I go to trim. I'm going to select my cutting edges. So these are like the knife blade, if you're used to the other easy trim. And then I'm going to take out the pieces that I don't need. Right click, enter. So this is what the right side view would look like. This is the front view. Now, in this parallel line development, if we call this the front view, this is the exact shape. It doesn't go off at an angle. It's not an oblique surface. So I'm just going to copy that down here. Then we also know that it's 2 inches thick, and the right side is only going to be from here to here tall on the right vertical side. So I'm going to draw a line out 2 inches, draw a line out 2 inches, and then I'm going to join it. I'm now going to do the left side of this item, and I'm going to use offset in this case. Offset, put in my distance of 2, enter, select that line, and then the side that we want to copy it to. So I'm going to go to the left side and draw my lines to join it. Now the back side of this is going to be just a mirrored image of this. So I'm just going to use the mirrored line, sorry, the mirror command. So mirror, select these. Then I'm going to make sure in my object snaps, right here, my running object snaps, that I do have midpoint selected. And then I'm going to place my mirror line. So this would be where you would actually place a mirror if you wanted to mirror it. From that midpoint to that midpoint. And we quickly generated the other side of this layout. So now we've got our right side view, our front view, our left view, and our back view all joined. We have to work on capping the top off here and the bottom off here, so when it all folds up it'll be like a contained box. And there's a couple of ways to do that. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to show you the snap ang command. So I'm just going to type snap ang, enter, and I'm going to pick this line, each endpoint of that line, and you'll notice that it rotated my cursor so that it now snaps orthogonally to that angle. And I can draw a line out. Again, my orthogonal restriction is turned on. So I point it out there, hit 2 and enter. Point it up, 2, enter, and then close it. I can do the same thing down here. So snap ang from there to there. Line. Draw it out 2. Draw this one out 2. And then close it. And that will actually complete our rectangular prism that is truncated on the top and the bottom and then capped off. Now, just another way to draw this, since we already have the right side view right here, the right side view, and then the front view, we can actually take this stuff. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to move it over here. I'm going to get my snap ang back to 0. And then my left view is actually already drawn here, so I'm going to go copy this, and I'm just going to copy it over here. And my right view is actually already drawn here, so I'm going to copy that here. Of course, I'll need to trim. And then again, we can just mirror this. So I'll go to mirror, pick this, go to my midpoint. And then a real quick way to do these, since they're just simple rectangles, is just use offset. We know that it's 2. So I can pick 2, the side to offset, 2, the side to offset, and then I can close it. And there's the layout again. So pretty easy, simple, truncated rectangular prism layout.